Wells Pablo. How you guys doing? Sorry, I'm doing this live late. I would have. I wanted to do it earlier, but, but I was preoccupied, as you guys may say, but yeah, yeah, guys, I was preoccupied doing something, but I'm not gonna tell you guys what though. But just know that I'm feeling. Oh, and shout out to Chicago. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. I'm almost done sharing this thing out. Yeah, yeah, guys. I'm back. Um, sorry for making it go late for too long, but I had to share this live stream out. So yeah, um, guys, I got some good, I got some news for you. So, the reason why you guys haven't been seeing me active all day on this room is because when I was making some business moves, you feel me? And first and foremost, before I get any, before I say anything else, I just want to give a big shout out to Chirac, aka Chicago. R.I.P. King Long, man. But, yeah. Uh, oh, and another, one more thing. Um, I want to give another shout out to St. Louis because I know some, uh, let's just say I got connections over there. I'm not gonna say to who, but just know your boy is making big moves. But yeah, as I was saying, guys, um, I'm I just wanted to come on here and chop it up with y'all. And yeah, and I also have a short little story time for y'all. Actually, for this story, oh, and shout out to all my Puerto Ricans, man. Hey, shout out to all my amigos y todos a mis amigas. Uh, but as I was saying, guys, I have a quick little story time for y'all. Um, this actually happened today. Um, but for this story time, I'm switch up the name of the person. I'ma call her. I'ma call them. Um, okay. I'ma call them cute. So if you guys um, if you guys don't know, um, let's just say, um, going through some things and not even my own friends wanna F with me, so yeah. But I'm gonna do what they do, you feel me? So, with that being said, I was on this friend making app and oh, and I on guys. But yeah, guys. So back to the story time. Sorry. Oh, good. I'm drinking a little drinky drink. Um, don't worry, guys. It's soda. So, um, as I was saying, I was on this app. I'm not gonna say the name of the app, but if you know, you know. So, I'm at this, Puerto Rican, you feel me? If you know, you know, but but shout out to her, cause she cool. And shout out to all my Dominicans. ¿Cómo estás? A todos a mis dominicanos. But yeah, as I was saying, so I was on this app with it, and I met this, this, I was on this app, and like you say, met, I met a girl, right? So I was chopping it up, and she a pretty cool girl. Anyway, yes, sir. Uh, hold on, let me. Yeah, man.
So far, you're old.
tonight.
You had bought it 1 month, you sold it the next month. You were gracious with her husband because you paid cash for it, but you let him pay it out, but he was paying it out. Now tell me what the contract was with his wife.
I tried reaching out to her husband multiple times, and then
Just a second. Tell me what the contract was with his wife.
Miss Cassie had reached out to me. I have text message, phone calls. She called me saying, I understand my husband is behind on payments. To scratch out the contract he had made with you and make a completely new one. And I need to get this car out because I got my personal medical records from her work. Okay. So can we please meet up today and get it out? So okay. I said, okay, I'll draw a contract. She had signed the contract.
I'd like to see it. While I'm taking a look at this, Mr. Colton, and I assume that you can tell that I'm not crazy about you, because you lied to me first. You lied. So anybody lies to me once, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I don't want to hear it. It can't be as important as what he wants to say.
Well, it's part of the conversation.
I don't care about a conversation.
Well, it has to be because
I don't care. You have to understand something. I don't care about your conversation. You lied to me once. I don't like you. Because the next thing that you tell me, you're going to tell me with the same look in your eye as you told me that he was making $250 a month payments, which was a lie, which you wanted me to believe. And you said it with the same look that you're giving me right now, which is I want you to believe me what I'm saying. Do you understand? That's what I do for a living. So now before I look at this, she called you and said that the car was impounded. Had you left it out in the street?
We had gotten pulled over, and it was because he hadn't given us anything to be able to register the car.
Okay. Well, your husband hadn't made the final payment.
Right.
Okay. I want to ask you a question before I'm going to have Kevin go over to the plaintiff. Did you pay, after the car was taken out of impound, did you make any payments to the plaintiff?
I did.
And what amount?
I have proof of those two. I believe it adds up to almost $1,750 because he kept asking for more and more.
Okay, just a second. Mr. Colton?
Yes, Your Honor.
As of today, how much money has the defendant given you after the car was removed from impound?
$1,270, Your Honor.
Okay, so far, you got $3,500 from her husband. Right, that's according to the text. You got $3,500 from her husband, plus, according to you, she may have different figures, she may show them to me, in which case you wouldn't want me to find you lying again, right?
No, Your Honor.
So she paid you $1,270, is that correct?
That's right.
So far, you've got $4,700 for this car that you paid $4,000 for in the spring of 2020, correct?
Correct.
You signed a contract and you're bound by it. Except if the terms of the contract are so unconscionable that it shocks the conscience of the court because you actually took advantage of it.
This episode of Judy Justice brought to you by
No matter what you drive, there's only one guarantee. It's gonna break down.
I had a sensor light up on my dashboard.
There was a popping noise. The last thing I remember is just the engine cut out.
Your next breakdown could be anytime, anywhere, whether you've got the money to fix it or not.
It was a thermostat, $2,600. Seat sensor, $1,400.
If you've got endurance, you could never pay out of pocket for a car repair again, no matter how much it costs them to cover it.
In my first year with Endurance, they covered a $14,000 engine replacement.
It was like almost a $6,000 job. If I didn't have Endurance, I would have had to pay for that or just trash the whole car and start again.
If your car's out of warranty, a transmission can easily cost you $4,000.
And an engine? Over $7,000, if you're lucky.
With endurance, those parts are covered.
Bad camera unit, $800 to repair. A bad wheel bearing, over $1,000. A new steering rack, close to $3,000. Endurance covered it fully.
Plus, you pick the mechanic you trust to do the work.
It's a totally seamless process going to any certified mechanic. They submit the claim directly to Endurance. They get paid, and I'm out the door.
You trust us to do the work, and we trust Endurance to pay us direct.
And the best part, your rate stays locked in no matter how many claims you file.
If your car's under 20 years old, Endurance has you covered with unlimited miles. Plus, your plan includes 24/7 roadside assistance anywhere in the country.
So, who's gonna pay for your next breakdown? You?
Or Endurance.
Right now, you can get $300 off any plan, plus a year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value free, all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. But you have to act now. Visit EnduranceWarranty.com or call 1-866-267-8970 for a free quote. That's 1-866-267-8970.
High energy bills? Can't get cool enough? Your HVAC system could be the reason. Save up to $2,000 on a new system with ARS Rescue Router. Get safe, reliable service and payment options to fit your budget. Call 786-475-2872 today.
If you've been denied Social Security disability, that doesn't mean it's over. You may still be entitled to benefits, which means money in your pocket. At GetDisabilityBenefits.com, we help people apply or appeal denied claims. And we've recovered millions for clients just like you. Claims are denied every day, not because people don't qualify, but because the system is complicated. You shouldn't have to navigate it alone. Call Get Disability Benefits. It's all we do. And you don't pay us anything unless we win it. Call now for a free case review or visit GetDisabilityBenefits.com.
When you buy fresh from Florida produce, it's also fresh from the Allen family. From Rachel. Fresh from Sam. Elizabeth and Jason. Fresh from the Hill family. And fresh from Jonathan and his daughter. Support Florida farmers and look for local produce where you shop. Fresh from Florida. Trust is grown here.
High energy bills? Can't get cool enough? Your HVAC system could be the reason. Save up to $2,000 on a new system with ARS Rescue Router. Get safe, reliable service and payment options to fit your budget. Call 786-475-2872 today.
According to you, she may have different figures. She may show them to me, in which then you want me to find you lying again, right?
Right.
So she paid you 1,270. Is that correct?
That's right.
So far, you've got $4,700 for this car that you paid $4,000 for in the spring of 2020, correct?
Right.
How much did it cost you to get the car out of impound?
$381. Also on the contract.
Just a second. Who paid for that?
My wife did.
And then I paid them back for that. And they have proof of
Just a
that.
second. It's your husband? Did you get paid back from the impound by the defendant? That's a yes or a no? You got paid back for that. But it took time. So far, you're ahead $700. Now, I'm going to read this contract that you have her sign, but I'm going to go back and have Whitney read back to me what you say she said to you when she said, I need to get this car out of impound because I have things in it. And you said she called you, and I want to hear right from the beginning of what he said.
He said, Miss Cassidy reached out to me. I have text messages, phone calls. She called me saying, I understand my husband is behind on payments. Let's scratch out the contract he had made with you and make a completely new one. And I need to get this car out because I got my purse in there, medical records from her work, so we can please meet up today and get it out. So I said, okay, I'll drop the contract.
Just a second. So, would you say she sounded desperate to you?
That's right.
Yes.
To get the things out.
I didn't ask you for anything. So far, does it sound like you're losing? Yeah. So she sounded desperate to you. Now, I'm going to read the contract you had her sign. Kevin, I'd like you to take the title over to the plaintiff and have him sign it. Sign it. Make sure he signs it in both places that he has to, Ken. Give it to her. Please. So, you have a contract with her, and so far as I'm concerned, you've been paid for this car. You've been paid for the car plus $700 for your time and trouble because you didn't make one payment and you might go down to impound. So the only way that I can avoid this contract is to find that it's unconscionable, which I find. I find that it is an unconscionable contract because the contract that you had her sign in order to get her medical records, her work product, and her purse out of the car was one that started all over again with $4,000. You understand? It's an unconscionable contract. And people who can lie when they're under oath can also do unconscionable contracts. That's why courts have the ability to say, in most instances, contracts that people sign, even if they appear to be unfair to one party or another, you sign a contract and you're bound by it. Except if the terms of the contract are so unconscionable that it shocks the conscience of the court because you actually took advantage of her. She needed to get stuff out of the car, and instead of saying, listen, I'll be reasonable. My day was shot going to impound. You have to pay for my day, $500. And you pay off the other $500 that your husband still owes on the car. That's $1,000. You didn't do that. You said you want your things out of the car. You have to sign this that we're going to start all over again and completely disregard what your husband paid me for the car already. And that, sir, is unconscionable. Your case is dismissed.
Say what was actually needed to be said.
I'll take it. Her holding contract to pay $8,000 for a car that was worth $1,500.
She had said, let's void the contract. Let's go with a complete new contract.
I got pulled over because the lights were melting in the back.
Because they were being reckless. They got pulled over for speeding or who knows what.
It wasn't anything to do with speeding or being reckless.
So it's on them. But if it never got impounded.
I ended up, after I got impounded, I said, we're not going to lose over $500. So I decided to call in and tell them I'd take over the payments. I did not say anything about a new contract.
We would never be here. I probably would never heard back from them.
What he did is he bought it from their boss together.
The husband and the wife don't like the text. They don't like the call. He moves in between before you hear it from anybody.
Always do it in writing. Make sure you get proof that you make payments.
So she went to a new contract, but is it what it is?
Everything is in writing.
Don't trust anybody.
So I was trying to think of saying that sometimes people forget, your grandmother says it and it doesn't pass down generations. But that guy in the situation there reminded me of, so I picture my grandmother saying to me, pigs get slaughtered. And not being a good human being and taking advantage of what he did. And the worst offense in the world is lying to me. Because if you lied to me, I presume that you think that I'm stupid. That's a very bad. That's the worst place to be. So, and the contract was unconscionable, and it was done under real duress. According to him, she didn't have to open her mouth. I need my car. I need my medical files. I need my work files. My purse is in the car with it. Outrageous.
YouTube. Hey guys, sorry for the but I'm back. Guys, uh, um, back guys, I'm um, I'm going to tell y'all about the time where I idiotically had a little running away. Well, if you know, you know, so boom. Hold on, guys.